How's it going, guys? I'm back, and Merry Easter, guys. Merry Easter. Alright? I just saw the best thing ever, okay? A bunny came and laid an egg right on my doorstep, guys. Right on my doorstep. I mean, I guess it could be the LSD, but I'm pretty sure it was real. I'll go check it out later, but anyway, it was so beautiful outside. I thought to myself, hey, I want to sit in that leather desk chair and play some Counter-Strike, you know? I really just wanted to play some Counter-Strike, but unfortunately, we can't have fun with Counter-Strike anymore. So here's my rant on CSGO's hackers, and I'm going to do it a little bit differently. There's probably thousands of rants on hacking in CSGO out there on YouTube, but I'm gonna add one thing that you probably won't see in 90% of the videos, and that is possible solutions. Yeah, guess what, guys? If you have a problem with something, you have to figure out how to fix it. So I'm gonna add some possible solutions to this problem to the end of the video. But I know I kind of started this video off kind of in a funny way, but this is a serious video. So yeah, if you were coming here for comedy, this is not comedic. This is serious. So real quickly, I just want to say that this gameplay you're seeing is not me, okay? So please don't dislike the video because of the gameplay. It is of a hacker that I had yesterday in a game, and I actually deranked off that game. Yeah, go Counter-Strike. But we'll get into that more in a little bit. But anyways, as many of you know, there are a lot of hackers in Counter-Strike, like a lot of hackers, okay? And it's very difficult to ban these players, and they've put in a community moderated system known as Overwatch to try and stop these hackers, which I love Overwatch. A lot of people are going to say they hate Overwatch, okay? I personally really do like Overwatch. Most of the problems you could have with any system like this are actually fixed in Overwatch. They're not usually a problem, and a lot of people complain about getting falsely banned in Overwatch, and while 90% of the people who claim that probably are lying in the first place, the other 10%, guys, that's just that's part of it, okay? There is no justice system in the world that does not falsely accuse at least some people. It just doesn't happen, and I know that really sucks. I think there should be an appeal process. If you have some sort of proof that you weren't doing anything wrong, there should be an appeal process, but there's no way to avoid that. That's just part of it. But I do love Overwatch, okay? But there is a problem with Overwatch right now, and this is what I want to be talking about, and a lot of you probably already know this, but there's a way cheaters are avoiding actually getting flagged to go to Overwatch. So basically, to get an Overwatch flag, you need to have 9 reports, and there are only 9 other players in every game. So that means if a hacker queues with a friend like this hacker did and then plays one game every 24 hours, it's impossible for them to get the 9 reports that are required for them to get Overwatched. It's impossible. So a lot of hackers are being blatant with their hacks and still getting away with it and not getting banned, and that really sucks. That's a terrible thing that's been happening for a long time in Counter-Strike. So the question is, of course, I could go on all day ranting about how terrible that is, but that's the main problem with hackers on Counter-Strike, is the fact that they can be blatant and still not get banned. Now, it does limit them to one game every 24 hours, but that's quite a bit. I think there might be a few ways that we could cut it back even farther, but in the end, you know, you can only cut it back so far. You're never going to completely eliminate hacking. It's impossible. I mean, we've seen players hacking at LANs, okay? It's crazy the amount of hackers there are and how easy it is to get away with hacking. So you're never going to fully eliminate it, but if you're making them try and hide it, you're at least making them work, and that gives the other players somewhat of a chance to maybe be able to pull through, maybe kill that player, and maybe win. So that's one positive to at least making them, I don't want to say work for it because it's hacking, but if they're not just blatantly looking at you through walls, then you have a chance to kill them. So anyways, let's get to the actual solution to the problem. What we need to do to cut back on this, okay? Like I said, we're not going to ever completely get rid of it, but there have been a number of suggested things in the community that I feel like Valve is just kind of overlooking. So the first thing is live moderation, and people are suggesting adding that to Overwatch, so if a game gets flagged and there are enough live moderators on, they can go watch the game, and if they determine that the person's hacking, then they can completely stop the game, flag the game for normal Overwatch, and then it will go through the normal Overwatch process. I think that's a great idea. That keeps people from having to play through a whole game. And then just like normal Overwatch, if those live moderators falsely flagged the video, they would lose their status. They would not be able to do that anymore. That's a great possibility for helping with this problem. Another thing that I thought of as I was watching this video is it would be really nice if other players could report potential hackers through demos or through replays, because a lot of my friends watched this. A lot of them recognized that this guy was hacking, but no one could do anything about it, because if you report somebody after a game is finished, the report doesn't count towards Overwatch. So the player still gets away with it. And a good way to limit this, because I know a lot of people are going to be skeptical of, well, what if a whole bunch of people just go flag one person for no reason? First of all, I don't think that would be a huge problem. It would probably happen a lot to pro players and famous people on YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't think it would be a huge problem. And after a while, people would stop caring, because they have to go into the replay every single time to flag the person, and I think a lot of people wouldn't spend the time to do that. But there's still another way to limit it even more. They could put up a, let's say, 2 report per week limit. So if you really wanted to report someone, you would have to wait until it was someone that you actually thought was hacking, and you could report them through your replay. And obviously that limit would only apply to replays, but they already have a limit in place. It's just you can't report people at all through replays. So I think that would be a useful way to help get some other games admitted to Overwatch that aren't getting there now, that need to be, because there are hackers still getting away with this kind of stuff all the time. So that's another potential way to get rid of these hackers. Now, this game that you're watching right now, like I said, is from yesterday, and this hacker is so blatant in it. I'm gonna kind of edit it out so that it's just his highlights of him hacking, but just from watching this, just from the warm-up, you can tell this guy is hacking. But there's crazy stuff in this. This guy is blatantly hacking, and the sad thing is, I thought he was gonna get away with it. Now, I checked yesterday, and I put up this demo on the Counter-Strike forums, and I was getting a ton of hate on the forums about this, because granted, it did break the forum rules of no blaming and shaming, which really, I feel like that's a completely retarded rule. I'm just gonna be honest, because if someone's this blatant about their hacking, I don't care whether they get humiliated online. They deserve it, okay? He's cheating, all right? I'm just gonna put that out there. That's you may not agree with me, but that's how I feel about it. I don't care if this guy gets shamed online, okay? But a lot of people were getting mad about that. I got a ton of people saying stuff like, oh, well, you're just a noob. You don't even know this guy's not hacking. And it's blatant. They didn't watch the demo. You're watching the video that I showed them right now, that I linked right now. It's blatant that these people didn't watch the video. But what I'm getting at here is the community doesn't feel like there's actually any way to get rid of these hackers. A lot of people were saying things like, well, it doesn't matter if you report them. It doesn't matter if you report them on their Steam profile. Nothing will happen. And I don't know if this guy went on to play more games after this. Had he only played this one game, he would not have gotten banned on Overwatch. He just wouldn't have. But he could have gone on and played another game and gotten more reports. I don't know. But I did get a few people responding to that thread on the Counter-Strike forums saying things like, oh, well, I'm going to go report his profile. I'll go report his profile for cheating, because they actually watched the clip. And I went and reported his profile for cheating. And now he has a game ban. So That's the third way that you can kind of try and fix this for now, is to just go report their profile. That's the best way that you can take care of this problem right now, other than reporting them in game. And I do encourage you to do that, because I do think it probably does make a difference, especially if you get a lot of reports. But who knows, maybe it doesn't do anything, maybe it's just there to make us feel better. But I think it's definitely worth it to at least give it a try. And if we can get this system of reporting people from replays implemented, that would be great, because then we could start up some forums dedicated solely to that, and people could put up their demos of blatant hackers, and we could get them weeded out of this community. Because if you think about it, even if it was just a 1 report per week out of demo limit, that's 1 hacker that we can get rid of every week. And obviously it would be more than that, because there's a lot more people than that. But even if it's just 1 every week out of every game that you played, let's say, so 1 per every 40 games. I don't know how many games you guys play a week. I don't play 40 games a week, by the way, but I do play quite a bit. But even if it's just 1 per every 40 games, that's pretty good. That's getting rid of a lot of hackers, and I think that would really help us out in this community, because I hate this. I hate the hacking. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I've come up with so far. If you guys have any better ideas, just leave them in the comment section below. Tell me what you guys think, and hopefully we can get something like this implemented. Let's try and push this to Valve, and hopefully they'll implement something like this. So I've never said this before ever in a video, but share this video to any of your friends that you think might be on board with this, because we got to start this movement if we really want this to get changed. It's never going to happen if we don't start it now. So if you want it to get changed, show a Valve developer this, cram it down Gaben's throat, and hopefully we can get something changed here, because it's overboard right now. It's way over the top right now, and I really think we can cut back at least a little bit. So that's pretty much it, guys. I know it's a little bit of a serious video, but hopefully I didn't bore you to tears or anything, but I felt like it really had to be said. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.